Hello everyone, today I would like to discuss whether China will surpass the US or not. The reason I chose this topic isn't that I'm pro-China or pro-USA. Just as a Taiwanese, I always find China is either underestimated or overestimated. So I would like to make this video to kinda share my point of view. This video will investigate these two countries' military, economic, and soft power from history to present time. So let's move on. China is the world's second largest economy in terms of nominal GDP, and it will soon surpass USA if we use GDP at purchasing power parity. According to The Economist, everyone is so surprised at the growing pace, but actually, instead of being an emerging power, it's more like that China is regaining its position on the global stage. China had always been the largest or the second largest economy in the world before the Industrial Revolution took place. This chart from The Economist indicates this. So, what about the future? Under the same conditions, more population should create more GDP, and China is trying to catch up on the advanced countries, so their national focuses are AI, IoT, and renewable resources, attempting to put themselves in a better position in the next generation industries. However, the US is still in the leading position in technologies, but the gap is narrowing. I'm confident that China will surpass USA to be the largest economy in the world, with partner countries, most of which are One Belt One Road participants, using RMB to do transactions. But don't worry, US dollar will still be the dominant currency on account of its transparency and safety provided by the US military forces. There is only one military superpower on this planet. This nation is USA. The US spends more on defense than next 8 countries combined in 2017, whereas China's defense spending looks small in this visualized chart, despite that China has the second largest defense budget in the world. The latest news reports that China signed a 99-year lease on a port in Sri Lanka, perhaps for military use. Also, there are a lot of reports on Chinese land reclamation in South China Sea. However, China only has a few overseas bases in comparison with the Americas. This map shows all America's overseas military bases and deployment of personnel around the globe. It is incredible, isn't it? And if we look at Asia, these American bases totally surround China. There's no doubt that China won't be able to overtake the US in military in the following 20 years. We finished examining the hard power. Let's turn our eyes onto soft power. China's global influence has increased dramatically since the reform and opening up policy implemented by Deng Xiaoping, as sometimes money represents power. As China is becoming richer, Chinese capitals flow to foreign countries, most of which are the third world countries. As we can see from this picture, Chinese influence on Africa has increased hugely. They watch Chinese dramas and learn Chinese language. And One Belt One Road will also help project Chinese influence. On the other hand, the US has so many allies around the world. Basically, almost every democratic country is allied with or friendly toward the US. However, if the US keeps falling into protectionism, isolating itself again, this may be a good chance for China to overtake America's influence in these regions. All in all, China may surpass USA in economy in the near future, but it's still very far away from completely overtaking the US, as the US will still have more soft power and military power. Thank you for listening.